Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. EQOA Nostalgia here, and I want to talk to you guys about an update on Sandstorm that somebody brought to my attention. I haven't been on Sandstorm in a while. As a matter of fact, the last time I went onto Sandstorm to play, I was spotted in Darver Manor, and people hopped into the chat right away trying to piss me off. So it wasn't a pleasant experience. I didn't stick around for very long. I went to go play something else, and did not regret that decision. I want people to understand something from the onset. When you talk about something for as long as I have, it's been about 13 years. This October, actually, it's coming up in a month. Man, that blows my mind. So it's been 13 years. I've been just all sorts of excited to get this game back. And then it starts to come back, and it goes away that I didn't expect. The first server that opens up is doing things in a way that I don't like. They're saying things that, well, I talked about it, and you guys saw the video. Yeah, I'll link it real quick for those of you who might not have seen it. And it seems like somebody didn't see it, because I noticed a comment over here. I have been in both Discords for some time now, and for whatever reason, just whatever reason, right? No reason in particular, some players have a hate on for the Sandstorm devs. I can't imagine where that comes from, guys. It's honestly sad. These Sandstorm devs have been making great progress in the last 6 months, and honestly, those players making a fuss saying they're going to the other EQOA project in development have soured my interest in even trying the second server in development if it ever sees the light of day. Now, this is kind of sus. The way this reads, it almost sounds like somebody's trying to cast shade over a video I made, trying to make the other devs look at me like, oh man, EQOA Nostalgia soured our server too? Oh no, gee, I wonder if this is a sock puppet account. It just kind of seems like it, but for some reason, I can't figure out the reason. Why was it, guys? I don't know. Maybe because one of the devs said he was making this game for himself, and everybody else be damned, pretty much. Does anybody remember that? I remember that. Anybody remember how in that video I talked about how the devs were telling people to report stuff, and then they would get smart with people when they did, including myself and several other people, and even one of my main detractors over there got shit from the devs and had a problem with it? Does anybody remember that? If you don't remember, well, then you can take a look and you can see the video. There's been some drama here and there, but for the most part, the devs are well liked. The biggest offenders have been banned from both Discords. No, I left. I left the last Discord. I did get banned from the fan Discord that nobody runs but fans. It's not like EQOA EMU runs that Discord, but yeah. I guess that's what happens when you don't bow a knee to wokeness and you're based. Okay? If people have a problem with that, I really don't care. And yeah, you can see my response here for some reason. And people disrespecting the original devs, which, by the way, none of this would exist without the original devs. Corsten left that server too, if I'm not mistaken. Corsten, the guy who gave us the save state, the only reason why Sandstorm exists in the first place. Anybody seeing a pattern here? So there's a bit of a pattern there, isn't there? So I found out that there's a sphere of annihilation that will spawn if you AFK. This has been around for like a month or two, I don't know. So they got rid of AFK. And then most recently, if you go all the way down here to the bottom, we are currently experimenting with a new exciting feature. The wise-assery is off the charts. Look at the meter. It's just, the needle is buried. There's so much sass in this. That limits the number of simultaneous characters per IP address. So say goodbye to your boxing. I don't know. I guess you can still dual box, but you can't try and you can't quad box. I wonder how that's doing for the numbers. Oh, shit. Man, it's not, I remember when we were sitting at like 170 or something. Now it's down to 98. Okay, like, I want to be fair here, all right? I can understand why they would think this is a good idea, right? Because you want people to group. Damn it, this is a group-based game. What are you people doing? Why are you boxing? You need to get together. Don't you remember what it was like back in 03? Fair enough. But you can't force people to do that. You just can't. So people are just going to be like, oh, I can't do that thing that I used to like anymore. I guess I'm going to leave. And, you know, that's kind of reflected here. And it's pretty early in the morning. This number's going to go up, but if you notice, it's been up for 18 hours and it's sitting at 98. It's almost double that before this update. So I'm hoping that this experimenting thing is just that, and they revert it, and they go back. And they start listening to what people want. Okay? That's the whole point of this video, is that, and I've warned for a long time, y'all know if you've been around here, I've warned for a long time that private servers have a way of going bad. Because they start to disrespect the community and build their own personal private little playground, and they're in an echo chamber and they're just tone deaf to what other people want. But this is not what people want. Okay? This is not... I could have told you before you ever started this that this was a bad idea. So I really hope that they reconsider it. Because it's just, you know, this is a small community. All this BS going on between the Sandstorm devs and the woke versus the anti-woke, all this stupid shit is not healthy for the overall health of EQOA. I'm telling you, all my faith in the future of EQOA is in EQOA EMU. And when I start over on that server, I do not want to cover any drama. Dude, I don't even care if the devs go ballistic over there and start. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm tired, man. I'm 42 years old. This shit is ridiculous. All the things that have happened over the past couple of months. I got bots that are spamming the channel, and they're only spamming my EQOA videos. Now, I don't know if you're aware, but there are people who will employ bots to try to boost the algorithm by leaving nonsense comments. That's against the terms of service, Jack, and that'll get you shut down. And I find that somebody's using a bot on my channel to repeatedly spam a bunch of names, addresses, and just random shit. So my interaction with the Sandstorm community, for the most part, I have to be real, has been solid. There's a lot of good people over there. But there's this small and very vocal minority that just like to rabble-rouse and make trouble. And then it's funny, because people point to me as like, oh, look at this guy that brought all this drama. I didn't bring you the drama. I'm not the one who hopped into the Discord and said that I'm doing this for me, I don't give a F about y'all. That didn't just rub me the wrong way. That rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. I'm just the guy who had a platform to talk about it. So that's why I haven't really done anything for EQOA. Because of the way the server's being run and the way that these edgelords get to say whatever they want, carte blanche, and they have no repercussions for it. You don't want to stop people from saying blasphemous, extremely offensive and disgusting shit to people. People who promoted the server and brought people into the server, you don't want to deal with that. Zylov wants to stay totally hands-off with the community. He doesn't want to have to moderate anybody ever. Well, that's not realistic, I'm sorry. And I know some people don't like that. They didn't like when I had that video talking about how we need some moderation around here. It's the Wild West. I get that people don't like that, but I want you to think of any online game you've ever played where there wasn't some sort of moderation taking place. You have to have that, otherwise the spurgs in your community get extremely loud and the normal people are dejected by that. But man, we got to get rid of this AFK crap. We can't have that. A whopping, count them, 1, 2 classes can AFK XP. Why is that a problem? Can somebody explain to me why that's I'm trying not to swear, why that's a problem? If somebody doesn't like AFK XP, don't engage in it. You don't have to. It's extremely slow, first of all. You can level much faster than some necromancer who went to bed for the night and his pet's pulling a mob every like 2 minutes. There was no reason to mess with that. And if you're jealous of the fact that they can do that, then make a necromancer. Or make a mage. Or be the person who pulls the treants for them. This has been part of our culture for many years. Now, I've had people tell me that Sony tried to squash it in the beginning, but then they backed off. All right, but they did back off, and it was part of the game. I know because I was there. I know because I pulled for them, and I was one of them. Sometimes I would go AFK on my mage at the treants. I don't see why that's a big deal. But for some reason, they don't want that over there. And now this anti-boxing BS. Look, if there were 500 plus people on the server or something like that, it makes more sense to do that. But right now, with the low population that we have, you're really going to tell people, nah, you can't try and quad box, especially when it's easier than it's ever been. All you have to do is open up a few instances of the game. And that's it. I mean, you set your controller up for it or whatever. It's very simple to do, and it's very convenient. I wanted to come back and start playing it again, despite all the BS, because, man, it was a pain in the ass. I'm not going to lie. Getting the Mrs. PS2 set up, getting everything she needed, setting it up, got a really long cord that would reach all the way out so she can play it in her room. Go north and then it's going to cut west. And we can play together, and like a week later, all of that went to shit. Stay along the coast. I'm bummed out by that. But now if I want to come back and try box while she just plays on her PS2, I can't do that now. And I really hope that changes. But I do not like the fact that these guys do whatever they want. They don't care what the community wants. They've demonstrated that over and over and over again. I've told people, stop playing on the server for a little while, show them you mean business, and show them that, without the players, there is no EQOA. Period. Why are people dealing with this shit? I don't understand it, man. So my advice to this community is to log off and stay logged off until they're done with their new exciting feature. The smartassery here. The brazen in your face, yeah, we're trying this new exciting feature, and by the way, we're going to dump it all the way down here at the bottom. You know damn well nobody finds that exciting, and you know that people didn't like it. You knew they weren't going to like it, but it happened anyway, lard, didn't it? How about you stop running this, I don't know what to call it, this dictatorship, and you start listening to what people want. If you guys continue to log in as they turn this into their own personal playground and they don't give a shit about what you want, then you get the server you deserve. And I know I was, for a long time, I was singing their praises and saying they were doing a good job while biting my tongue over the fact that almost every quest in this game has broken English because I guess words are hard. That's what happens when you rush shit out the door. EQOA EMU is taking their time to do it right. That's why spooky good times. That's why, for whatever reason, some people aren't down with Sandstorm and they're waiting for the EQOA project to finish. I'm sorry if we soured your interest in that, though. The original devs who started the Elder Council in 2013 and got the ball rolling on this to begin with. I'm sorry you don't like me, a person who recruited devs to work on the game that you love for the past 13 years and talked about the game and recruited people and brought them into the game for years. That's not my problem, though. And I'm going to call it like I see it. And if anybody doesn't like that, oh well. This is not the way that I saw things going. And this is not the way that I think that the server should be run. It's not my server. I can't tell them what to do. But we were told in the beginning that this was going to be as close as it was to when it was live, when it was shut down. That's not happening. They're doing whatever they want. So there you have it. There you have it. I got a little worked up over that, I guess. It pisses me off. Especially when I read this kind of crap from people who are being disrespectful to the original devs that got the ball rolling in the first place. You wouldn't have a Sandstorm server if it wasn't for the other project you've been soured on. If it ever sees the light of day, I know. God forbid they want to do it right. They don't want to rush it out, so EverQuest has broken English. And to the person who worked on that, I'm sorry. I talked to him a few months ago. He said English isn't his first language. Okay then, dude, should you really be doing the grammar for the quest if English is not your first language? Maybe put that guy on something else. Maybe find something else for him to do. Am I an asshole for saying that? I don't know. Maybe I am. I don't know. But when I take a look at what EQOA EMU is doing, and I look at the dialogue for their quests, man, that's looking pretty good. That looks like somebody's reading and proofreading and actually digging into the lore and getting things right. So yeah, that's my take on it. That's why some people aren't too hip on Sandstorm right now. Okay? Alright? It's not just because we're a bunch of rabble-rouser troublemakers. We don't like the way it's being run. But right now, I want to kick it over to you guys. Let me know what you think about it down in the comment section. Be civil. Because if you're not, yes, I am going to remove you from the channel. I'm tired of people running their mouth, calling me names, and saying all this shit. Be civilized, people. Hit the thumbs up if you like the video. Comment, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. God bless, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.